So as I said last week, guys, the Ellen show has officially been canceled. It's been confirmed that the next season of Ellen will be the last. And despite her massive decline in ratings, and her being outed as basically a big meanie, Ellen still insisted that this move had nothing to do with those things. She claims the show is no longer a challenge for her. And back last week, I said that that was a crock of crap. No one who's still bringing in money to a network is leaving anytime soon. No one who's seeing bigger and bigger figures on their contract is leaving. Also, the fact that she's dipping out in her 19th year of the show should really say it all. Who doesn't want to hit that 20 mark? A nice round number. And Ellen actually came out for the second time to do 2 different interviews, okay? One with Oprah, who I do not trust at all, especially after the whole Gayle King Kobe thing. She just seems like an absolute snake. So I'm not even going to be watching that interview. I'm actually watching this interview that she did with NBC. And as you can see from the title of this video, Ellen says allegations were coordinated and misogynistic. So she's clearly up in arms about what happened. She's mad that her secret Karen identity has been exposed. And just listen to what she has to say in this interview, guys. She really blew my mind here.
I read in the press that there's a toxic work environment, which, I mean, I had no idea, never saw anything that would even point to that.
Did you feel like you were being canceled?
I mean, I really didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. It was too orchestrated. It was too coordinated. And
I think in the last couple years, we've seen a lot of people be canceled, right? And some people want to chop every single cancellation up to some sort of cancel culture, but that's really not always the case. Sometimes we're really just out here holding someone accountable for their actions. And maybe if she didn't go around acting like America's gay grandma, acting like some sort of angel on earth, maybe everyone wouldn't have taken these allegations so seriously. But that's how she painted herself for so many years. And so when that hammer dropped, it dropped hard. And with enough angry dogs barking up this same tree, there's bound to be an evil little squirrel up there trying to get her nut.
you know, people get picked on, but for 4 months straight for me, and then for me to read in the press about a toxic work environment when all I've ever heard from every guest that comes on the show is what a happy atmosphere this is and what a happy place it is.
And can she stop talking about how, every single celebrity loves her and every celebrity who she's had on her show has had an amazing time? Because that's not the problem that people had with your show. They had a problem with how you were treating all the lower level employees. And there were all these stories about how shitty Ellen treats everyday people in her everyday life that made her look even worse and kind of just displayed the type of person she is. You want to see a douchebag? Look at the person who treats the waiter like shit because the food came out wrong. I'm telling you, that's very telling about a person.
Probably people who are thinking, how could you not know? And if you didn't know, should you have known?
I don't know how I could have known when there's 255 employees here, and there are a lot of different buildings. Unless I literally, stayed here, until the last person goes home at night. It is my name on the show, so clearly it affects me, and I have to be the one to stand up and say, this can't be tolerated.
Yes, it is your name on the show. And you're the one that was hiring those producers that everyone was having problems with, thus creating that toxic environment. To sit there and play naive and play the victim is so laughable at this point. I mean, imagine if somebody said this about a school. Imagine if a principal came out and said, well, I have 300 students, so, if something bad happens to a couple of them, not my fault. That's just way too many students for me to handle. I mean, there's companies that literally have tens of thousands of employees that don't have these types of problems. And what do you think they do different? For one, they have very clear and defined work ethic and work culture. And for two, they have great HR departments. And when an employee comes in saying that they were sexually harassed, sexually abused, racially targeted, they take that stuff serious. These are all things that Ellen failed to do. So don't sit there and just play dumb. There's so many things you could have done before this shit erupted. The real problem is that she was the one enabling these toxic people and creating the toxic work environment herself. So of course she's not going to see it coming when she's the one that created it. But this last little bit right here is really my favorite part.
But I do wish somebody would have come to me and said, hey, something's going on that you should know about.
They should have come and said, hey, some guy's trying to suck my dick in the bathroom. Thanks for the Christmas party, by the way, Ellen. I love you.
And also, I have to say, if nobody else is saying it, it was really interesting because I'm a woman, and it did feel very misogynistic.
Jesus Christ. Honestly, Ellen, you're nothing but a fucking joke. There was nothing misogynistic about your cancellation. There was nothing coordinated about it. The fact is that you fucked up riding this whole train that you were the nicest woman on earth, when in reality, you're like every other comedian out there, you're kind of fucked up in the head. This wasn't cancel culture. They were literally just holding you accountable. And for you to play the victim in this situation is honestly just sick. There was apparently hundreds of disgruntled employees over the years who felt like Ellen was an absolute douchebag and her producers were doing some pretty evil things. For her to not take any action until the story really broke and hit mainstream media really tells you all you need to know about this woman. So let this be a lesson to everyone who wants to be some sort of CEO or some sort of boss. Treat all your employees good. Try to treat all your employees equally, from the bottom of the totem pole to the top. Show some respect. It's really not that hard. But hey, the Queen Karen got herself canceled. The general public has taken yet another W. TikTok, your time is running out. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Thank you for dropping a like and subscribing today, and I encourage you to follow me on my social medias. That's at JAMARI Speaks on both Twitter and Instagram. But as y'all know, there's some other crazy grandmas out here that need to get covered, so it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!